Right, we should be live. Wait for some more people to come in. If someone can let me know if the audio is all right, that'd be great. Looks like it should be all right. Might be a little bit quiet. We got some questions to get through. I'll put up a post on Instagram and in the YouTube community group, just saying I'm going live. Got some questions to answer. So we've got quite a few questions to go through. Got some stuff related to them questions just off to the side here. We'll wait for a few more people to join the stream and then we'll get things going. So if you're barbecuing this weekend, let us know what you're cooking. And if you've got any questions, this is what the live stream's all about. I'll do my best to get through it. Been battling a bloody chest infection the last few weeks, so still got that 100-day lingering cough. All right, Anthony, didn't realise I had notifications on this morning. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Phil Cullen, hey mate, going to try the pork belly lollipops again tonight. Very nice. They are always a winner. So you've done them already. Was that you that was asking if you should wrap them next time, Phil? So I've done them a few times, and I reckon you do get better results when you wrap them. How's the audio for everyone? Is that loud enough? Is it clear? I know the video looks all right, but the audio I'm always a bit cautious of. Planning on it. And sauce this time. Oh, you did it without sauce last time. What sauce are you going to be using, Phil? Audio is good. That's good. Bomi, thanks for joining, mates. Appreciate you. All right, let's start going through some of these questions. So the first one we'll go through is from Jonathan Chavez. This is from the Instagram question I put up, and it asks, how can I clean my Weber Kettle barbecue grates? Now, there's lots of different cleaning tools out there, but honestly, the one I use the most is just this steel wool brush. This works an absolute treat. Once it's dirty or just gone too far, you can just swap it out with another one. I think these are about $7 or $8, and then you can just then you can just buy the refills for $4 or $5, I think. I really like the spun wool. If you've got the wire bristles, I don't even think they sell them anymore. I think they got banned because the bristles snap off. And if you're really unlucky, I've heard of a few stories where the bristles have snapped off, stuck to the cooking grate, and then someone's obviously gone to barbecue something afterwards, and one of the bristles has ended up like they've ingested it and it's got caught in their intestines, and they've had to get an operation to get it out because it just gets lodged in there. So I don't even think they've got the wire bristle ones. If you've got one of them, be very careful or just throw it out and get one of these. And then I'll just go over it with a cloth or some paper towel just to get rid of any excess that the spun wool doesn't pick up. Phil Collins, just a sweet barbecue marinade. Very nice. Trent Luther, I hope I pronounced that right. Morning, bud. Thanks for joining. But yeah, there's, like I said, there's so many different cleaning tools. Some people do the lemon or the onion trick, but yeah, one of these absolutely does the trick. And then another one from Instagram, Blakey74 asked about smoked fish. It's definitely something I need to do more of. I don't think I've done any videos on it. I just don't eat much seafood. I do enjoy it, but the family just don't eat much of it, so I just simply don't do it very much. So stay tuned, Blakey, and I'll try and do some videos on seafood and especially smoked fish. And if anyone else has got questions that has joined the stream, feel free to ask away. And like I said before, let us know what you're barbecuing this weekend. We'll go to the YouTube community now for temperature. This is from Harry F8234. For temperature probes, have you used different model brands, and why have you settled on your current choice? Yeah, I've used quite a few different brands, but Inkbird, who I've settled with now, I just think they're really good bang for buck. I've never really had any issues with them. Yeah, really good value for money. They do everything you can imagine. They've got just the pen style ones, which I probably use the most. Good for checking probe tenderness. Just use this all the time when I'm cooking steak. And then for the longer cooks, they've got all your wired probes. They got the wireless ones, so just like that. And they've got like a massive range as well. They've got like super premium sort of versions of these wireless probes. This is the cheap one. I think you can get this for about $45 at the moment. I think actually 34 if you use the code low and slow 30. I think I put that in the YouTube community post the other day. But yeah, honestly, Inkbird, just really good value for money, good quality. There's some really expensive premium ones out there. If it's in your budget, yeah, go for the more premium brands if you want. But like I said, I've had very, very few issues with Inkbird. And what I have had issues with, they've replaced without question. Yeah, really good customer service too. So hope that answers your question, Harry. But yeah, Inkbird is the go for me. And then Harry's also asked, aside from emptying the ashtray, what is your general maintenance and deep cleaning routine for your Oklahoma Joe Bronco drum smoker? I've done a dozen cooks on mine and getting stuff leak out the bottom. Use drip trays. If you can prevent the mess before it becomes a mess, then your maintenance is going to be so much easier. Put some drip trays either on the second level in your drum or just on top of the heat deflector, and that'll catch any drips which is making that mess that you're having trouble with. Apart from that, I reckon I've given it a deep clean once or twice in 5 years. And when I do give it a deep clean, it's just giving the cooking grate a good scrub with that. I might wheel it out to a place where it's not going to matter if I make a big mess, and just get the gurney out on it, get out all the internals, empty all the charcoal, and then just give it a good once over with the gurney. But honestly, I never really have to do that, because if you're using drip trays and just cleaning it sort of as you go, there's no need for it. Trent Lou, they got a good old pork roast this weekend. Very nice. Have you got leg or a loin? And then we got Katrina Jackson. Rump Cup is the best all-rounder. Beer, steak, or roast thoughts? Oh, beef, I'm assuming you are trying to say. Personal preference, I do love Rump Cup. I love it as a steak. But yeah, honestly, I can't go past a good Scotch fillet or ribeye. But Rump Cup is definitely in my top 5. Absolutely. And it's perfect as a steak or a roast. I've even smoked it like a brisket, and they come up really good too. But you just want to make sure you get a good marble score one. Trent Luther, go-to briquettes. Olive Pipco briquettes. They have never let me down. There's a lot of crap briquettes out there that are just full of chemicals and fillers. Olive Pipco briquettes, don't have a bag close by, but yeah, really sustainable, chemical-free. They burn super clean, easy to light. I get a lot of questions about how when I light a charcoal chimney, it only takes 15 to 20 minutes. And some people, when they're using other brands, it takes 30 to 40 minutes. And yeah, the difference is the charcoal or the briquettes, Olive Pipco, and also the charcoal chimney I use is like the half-time one, so it's shallower and wider. You do have to use an extra fire lighter, but it's definitely worth it, and it gets your charcoal chimney going in half the time. Yeah, Trent, to answer your question, Olive Pipco briquettes. Then we've got Andrew War, who is a YouTube member. Thank you for tuning in, mate. He asks, morning, mate. Doing some chicken wings on the Weber this morning using your honey soy slammer. So tasty. Wasn't really a question, sorry. Just letting us know. And yeah, honey soy slammer. Can't go wrong with that on chicken. Chicken wings, even on pork. Yeah, even for a midweek stir fry. I've got it right here, actually. Honey soy slammer. Love it. It's available on the website if anyone is after any of our range. lowandslowbasics.com.au. I'll put it in the chat for anyone interested. Nonga X Rum asks, just wondering if you play NBA 2K with all the basketball inspired rubs or any other video game. I used to play it, but that's not where the inspiration come from with the video game. I just played basketball since I was like 6 years old. Played it for 25 years straight, and excuse me, that's where the inspiration came from, I guess, and my two loves at the time, basketball and barbecue, just sort of made sense to yeah, put it on the barbecue rub. So it was a bit different. Haven't seen anyone else do it, and yeah, now we've got the 7 rubs, the barbecue sauce, and the jerky, all with the sort of basketball themed logos on them. I might change it down the track, but yeah, I don't know. I like it. Yeah, I do like the 2K basketball games as well, but yeah, came from my 25 years playing basketball. Ian French, smoked and braised lamb shanks on the stick burner, offset using tallow wood for the first, using tallow wood for the fire. I just have lots of tallow wood on my farm to use. Never heard of tallow wood. What's tallow wood? What sort of flavor profile is that? Trent Luther, yes, that's exactly what happens to me, taking up to 40 minutes to light fully. What brand of briquettes are you using, Trent? I can almost guarantee you're using like Heatbees red bags or the Weber brand briquettes, which I find are crap. The blue bag heat beads are pretty good, but the red bag is just terrible. Nugget X Rum, my two loves as well. Yeah, it's good times at the moment with the playoffs. Are you watching the Pacers and Oklahoma series? We've got Dicko's Destinations. Love your channel, mate. It's my go-to when I need some advice for smoking things. Thanks, mate. Dicko's Destinations. Looks like you got a YouTube channel there yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Good to hear you enjoy the channel. Trent Luther, Heat Bees Coconut Blue Bag. I've used them before and they're pretty good. It's the red bag I usually have trouble with. But yeah, see if you can get hold of some Olive Pipco briquettes. You should be able to just Google it. They should have a website. Excuse me, with all the stockists and stuff on there. Whereabouts are you based, Trent? I get X rum. I used some garlic goals on my chicken Alfredo last night. It elevated the dish so much. That's a good way to use it. I haven't done that yet. Gonna have to try that. Brisbane. Not sure where he's got them up in Brisbane. I know he's got at the Australian Brisket Board. He's the Queensland distributor for Olive Pitco briquettes. So if you're familiar with the Australian Brisket Board, give him a message. I don't know where in Queensland he is, but he'll be able to tell you exactly where they are. So either just message the Olive Pipco page or the Australian Brisket Board, and they'll be able to sort you out as to whereabouts they are. All right, let's keep firing questions away if you want, guys, and I'm going to keep powering through the ones I asked in the community and on Instagram. Oz Bussa asked, do you have a favorite knife brand and do you sharpen your own knives? If yes, oil or water, and what grits? Well, I've got them here. And this first knife I'm going to show you is like 25 years old. Maybe not 25 years old, maybe 20 years old, because I got this when I was 15, when I started my apprenticeship as a butcher. So yeah, 20 years old, and always sharpened it myself. Always just used a whetstone, um, just the standard sort of one you get from NBL or any of your butcher supply shops. Got the coarse and the fine side. The trouble with sharpening yourself, it's always easier as a beginner to just leave the knife flat and sharpen it against the stone. But your knife's not going to last as long because it's going to be really finely sharpened. You're going to try and have like a 15-degree angle sharpening, but it's hard to maintain that same angle on every stroke. So what I've actually enjoyed using lately are these rolling knife sharpeners. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything. They did pay me to do a video, but honestly, since using this, I thought it was a genius idea. So you've got this knife block, and it's got the angle set on either side. You've either got a 20-degree angle or a 15-degree angle. So you just sit that on your bench, and then you put your knife there. This is a magnetic block, so your knife's going to stick to it. And then you've got this rolling sharpener, and then you just use the coarse side. And then once you've done that, you just use the fine side, and it just keeps the same angle every single time. I think these are absolute genius. It makes sharpening your knife so much easier. But to answer your question, I don't think I mentioned it. Victorinox, been using them for 20 years. The knives, like, honestly, value for money. I don't think you're going to beat Victorinox. Been using them, like I said, for 20 years, all through my butchering apprenticeship. Oops, trying not to make a mess over here. I think they're one of the biggest, if not the biggest, knife company in the world as well. They make like, oh, sorry about the noise. They make like 100,000 knives a day. So we've got a big slicer here. We've got a bread knife, and this is just the Fibrox range. Like, these knives are not expensive at all. They do super premium, sort of really expensive knives, but this Fibrox range, really good value for money. And you've probably seen this in a heap of videos, slicing brisket. We've got a vegetable chopper. We've got a boning and trimming knife. Even some poultry shears. And then we got the honing steel. Definitely get a honing steel. A lot of people think when their knife goes blunt, they need to use a sharpening stone. But 9 times out of 10, if your knife is still relatively new, you'll be able to bring that edge back by using a honing steel, and then your knife will be good for quite a while again. I always recommend, don't sharpen your knife with a stone until it won't come back sharp after using a honing steel. So your knives will last a lot longer if you're not always rubbing them up against a sharpening stone. And that is my knife roll. So yeah, look at Victorinox. Where did I put my phone? Whoever asked that question, Osbusa. And you asked if you use oil or water on the stones. I use a bit of detergent with water. And then we got Harley Kimber has asked, do you find that barbecue on YouTube has become oversaturated and people just cook the same stuff again and again across different channels? It's not a dig. I'm just genuinely curious. I think everything's become really oversaturated on social media in general. There's so many creators out there. There's so many people that are passionate about cooking and barbecuing, and naturally, a lot of those people want to share their knowledge, and that comes in form of videos. So I think it's good for everyone that there's more creators out there doing it. There definitely is a lot of content out there, a lot of content that is similar, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I've been doing YouTube since 2018 and seen so many creators come and go. Um, yeah, I definitely do agree that it's oversaturated, but I don't think it's a bad thing at the same time. Everyone's got different learning styles. Some people find my stuff too fast paced. Some people find it too slow paced. I guess having more people out there gives the average viewer more people to choose from, that they might learn better from. So yeah, the more creators out there, the better to an extent, I guess. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's definitely becoming more and more popular too, especially here in Australia. Obviously, we get a lot of art influence from America. Um, and yeah, I think we're still 10 to 15 years behind them. So I think we've still got lots of growth ahead of us here in Australia. All right, let's get back to these comments and questions in the chat. X Ron says, "Yeah, you got to give it a crack. It was amazing. I've been watching the finals. It's been a good series so far. Definitely has been. The paces have surprisingly got ahead. It was crazy in game one, but yeah, I'll definitely give that chicken Alfredo a crack with the garlic goals." Jay Hode says, "Yeah, they've been all over my Instagram and Facebook feeds. I thought they looked a bit gimmicky." Is that the rolling sharpener you're talking about, Jay Hodes? So I was a bit skeptical at first too. Like, I reckon I was seeing him a good 6 months before that company reached out, and after trying it, it was actually really, really good. It's a lot safer as well, as opposed to using a sharpening stone. I've seen some pretty bad sort of injuries from beginners using a sharpening stone and going way too hard and slipping with it. Um, yeah, honestly, give it a crack. I think they've got a pretty good return policy. So if you're not happy with it, you should be able to return it. But I wouldn't promote anything I'm not 100% happy with. And the rolling sharpener, honestly, as a butcher of like since 2006, I started my apprenticeship. This is a genius idea. There's heaps of other brands and stuff out there that do similar products, but the fact that you can just set your angle, roll this up against your knife, and you're maintaining that same angle every single stroke is so much easier and quicker and safer. Tico's Destinations. I ordered one last week, waiting for it to come. Is that the sharpener you're talking about? Tico's Destinations? If it is, you'll have to let us know what you think about it. In French, tallow wood is a native hardwood, and there is lots of it growing in the native forest areas here in southeast Queensland. Okay, I've never heard of it, especially an Australian one. Oh, excuse me, guys. Tico's Destinations. It's good, mate. You don't drag your videos out, but still get the info out. Yeah, look, there's heaps of different styles of videos out there. I honestly just make videos in a way that if I was a viewer, I'd like to be taught myself, and that's as simple as it is. Tico's Destinations. Yes, mate. Yeah. Yeah, definitely let us know what you think with the rolling sharpener. Like I said, I really enjoy it. There's a few other people I know that got them as well, and they said the same thing. So yeah, be good to get some more feedback on it. James Iacono, I hope I pronounced that right. Can you tell us what you do with so much leftover brisket, especially this pasta sauce you've mentioned before? I just vac seal it all up, really, because for videos I'm doing like a 6, 7 kilo brisket. I'll eat a couple of slices myself. My lads might eat a little bit, and then honestly, 3 or 4, even 5 kilos of it gets vac sealed up into little portions, and then I'll either use it in pies, pastas, tacos, nachos. But the majority of it just gets given to family and friends. Like my missus' dad loves it, his partner loves it, my parents love it. My sister, she and her partner, they love getting the vac sealed packs because you can just drop them in simmering water, and from frozen, half an hour later, you're enjoying really nice brisket, and it reheats like really, really good. Pretty much like 95% as good as it was fresh. Right, and while everyone's here, you guys are going to be the first to know we've got a giveaway happening in July. So we're going to be giving away a Bronco drum smoker, some accessories from Oklahoma Joe's. There'll be second and third prizes. And I'm also going to give away a whole All-Star combo pack. I didn't bring the barbecue sauce out, but that includes a steak shooter, which is the OG original rub. Good on everything, but I did originally develop that for competition steak. But it is honestly good on everything. Garlic goals, another one that's good on everything. Especially love that on potatoes and roast chicken. Then we got our honey soy slammer. My teammate, or old teammate, when we used to compete in barbecue competitions, Callum. Shout out Callum, helped me develop lamb layup and honey soy slammer. Lamb layup on a obviously good on lamb, but good on all game meats, and love it on roast potatoes as well. What do we got next? Probably my favourite, beef bounce. Steak, brisket, beef ribs, pulled beef. Doesn't get much better than beef bounce in my opinion. And then steak shooter spicy. No, that's not steak shooter spicy. This one is. Just steak shooter with a bit of a spice kick for the spice lovers. Then the chili citrus charge. Love this on chicken, pork, and fish. Sorry, guys. Then we got the jerky. Got the barbecue sauce as well, but I didn't bring it out. Forgot to. Beef jerky. Been making jerky for as long as I've been butchering, and this stuff couldn't be happier with. The legend over at 3099 Jerky makes it for me. I just don't have the space, facilities, or food accreditation to be doing jerky myself at home. So I give him my recipe and all the specs and stuff, and he makes it for me. Andrew War asks if I still do butchering. No, I finished that up in 2016. Still obviously use the knives. Oh, excuse me. In all the videos, multiple times a week. I'll get friends and family that sometimes will get a pig or a lamb or something, and they'll get me around there and we'll butcher it up. But it's not my job. I've been doing this full time since 2021 and finished up butchering in 2016. So it's not my day job anymore, but definitely still utilize those skills almost on a daily basis. Ashley Green, I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. I appreciate that you do the temps in Celsius as well. Love the vids, bro. Keep it up. Thanks for the kind words. And yeah, try to keep both Fahrenheit and Celsius users happy by saying both. But I don't know. Some people just you can never please. I think I had a comment the other day because I said Fahrenheit for the Fahrenheit temperature first, and then the Celsius temperature. Someone was like, "Oh, why don't you say the Celsius temperature first?" But yeah, whatever. Yeah, and then to round out the range, which I didn't show on camera, we've got the Hookshot whiskey and jalapeno barbecue sauce. So yeah, that's going to be that whole pack I've just shown, plus the barbecue sauce, as well as the drum smoker, the merch, the accessories. Going to be doing a giveaway in July, and I'll let you know what you've got to do to enter the giveaway a bit closer to July. Dylan Carter, thanks for the question. Thought about making any videos with any exotic / game type meats like camel, goat, or roo. Yeah, I've actually got a goat leg I picked up yesterday in the freezer, so stay tuned for that one. I've been talking to a good mate of mine, Shane Cook, about doing a roo tail with him and some venison. So shout out Cookie. We're going to hopefully do that together one day soon. Camel, don't have any plans to do that, but I have had camel and alpaca before. Might be able to get hold of some at the markets, but yeah, you never know. never say never. It's not on my to-do list, but if there's enough demand for a video like that, we could definitely make it happen. But yeah, got a goat leg in the freezer, and hopefully I'll do some more goat in the future too. Wouldn't mind getting a goat shoulder and doing some birria tacos out of the goat shoulder, because goat is quite lean, and I don't think the leg would be completely suitable for birria tacos. You want something a bit fattier, and goats are already quite a lean animal. But yeah, and kangaroo's really lean as well. That's why I want to do the kangaroo tail, because the rest of the animal's quite lean, and yeah, everything that you sort of serve as a steak, you got to do like medium rare. All right, any more questions? I think we've got most of them done. We got another one from Weedy G and Z LS 9044. What wood do you normally use? Cherry wood's probably the most common wood I use. I think it's just the best all rounder. Goes well on every single sort of meat. Great on beef. Leaves a really good smoke ring as well. I think there's a certain chemical inside cherry wood that will give you a better smoke ring. I don't know. I'm not a wood scientist, but I've been told that a few times. From Russ at Natural Smoke, I think, backed that up as well. So he's probably the man to know it best. Yeah, apparently cherry wood will give you a really good smoke ring, but honestly, the flavour it like gives out is just good on chicken, pork, beef, lamb. That's probably my most commonly used wood. All right, probably got 5, maybe 10 minutes left, guys. So if you've got any more questions, fire them away, because we're going to be ending the stream shortly. Yeah, like I touched on before, like thermometers, if you're a beginner getting into barbecue, like get one of these. These are so good. Just a pen style. And just probe it in. It'll tell you the internal temperature. When I'm cooking steak, I'll use this all the time. Even when I'm doing beef ribs, this is just perfect to check probe tenderness as well as the internal temperature. I reckon you can pick one of these up for like 15 to 20 bucks. They've got them even cheaper, but I've used some really, really cheap ones, and they're slow, and they've broken pretty quick. But this is like I don't know, sort of an entry level, like mid range one. And that's, yeah, I've had one of those for ages. I've got the orange version of this that I've had for years, and use it all the time. Laurie Sherwood, thanks for tuning in. Awesome educational videos. A lot happier with the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco drum. What did you have before, Laurie? Did you have a Weber or something else? Because upgrading to a drum from any of those is going to be an absolute dream. Just the ease of use. Like once you've got those drums dialed in, they will not move for the whole day. I've done overnight cooks in them. They're just so stable. The fire management is so easy. They're very responsive, and they produce really good barbecue too. Can you recommend a good butcher in the southern suburbs? Austral Meats is a long way away for me from Ad J20. Who have we got down south? Let me look at my list. Off the top of my head, I reckon Ellis Butchers. They're one of the OGs. Who have we got down south? A lot of your Drake supermarkets as well at J20. Like they've got some bloody awesome meat. I was in there yesterday. They've got like the beef ribs there are so nice, thick, marbled. They got beef cheeks. They got a lot of stuff in the low and slow range. They've even got the sun pork baby back ribs as well. So check out your local Drakes, and if you can't find what you need in store, talk to one of the managers there, and you can order whatever meat you need through the meat center too. But yeah, honestly, Ellis Butchers is the only one I can think of off the top of my head down south. Is that a place you're familiar with, Ad? Yeah, I reckon that'd be your best bet. Either your local Drakes or Ellis Butchers. Laurie Sherwood, you had a Cheap thin metal offset. Yeah, the drum would be a dream compared to the cheap thin metal offset. How many times have you used a drum now, Laurie? Because yeah, that offset would have been a nightmare to use by the sounds of it. Right, a couple minutes left, guys. So get whatever questions on your mind out there, and we'll get them answered. And then we'll probably wind up the stream. Yeah, the drums. If I had to keep one barbecue, it would be the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco drum. Just so easy to use, so efficient. Like you can fill the standard one up with briquettes or charcoal, and you'll get 12 to 14 hours burn time out of it, no worries. And if you've got the Pro, the charcoal basket's double the size, and you'll get like 18 to 20 hours burn time at least out of it. Laurie Sherwood just about every weekend. Yeah, it's yeah, they're just a dream to use. I honestly can't recommend them enough. Scott Langley, can you please do some more open fire cooking? I prefer that to smoking. Absolutely. I want to definitely want to fire up the Oklahoma Joe's Firecraft a bit more. That's their open fire barbecue with the swing away cooking grates. Absolutely love using that. So yeah, I'll try and do some more videos on that, Scott. Obviously the channel's more about low and slow, but I definitely do mix in some more hot and fast and open fire stuff from time to time as well. Matt Hipoff, I hope I pronounced that right. I've learned to smoke ribs on my Weber kettle from your channel. Thanks, mate. This weekend I'm going to experiment by putting them in a sauce instead of wrapping. Can you recommend a flavor profile? What sort of ribs? Beef ribs or pork ribs? Scott Langley, awesome. Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, definitely got some more videos planned on the Firecraft. Beef. Yeah, I haven't really ever wrapped in a sauce. I've got a video coming out in a couple of weeks where I marinated a rack of beef ribs in barbecue sauce for a week before smoking them. I don't want to give too much of that away, but I did that in my whiskey jalapeno hookshot barbecue sauce. But it's honestly about what you like, mate. Do you like a barbecue sauce? Do you like more of a mustard sort of sauce? Um, yeah, you can do heaps of different stuff. Even serve it with a chimichurri at the end instead. But yeah, I'm not sure how they would go if you wrap them in a sauce. I don't usually wrap my beef ribs anyway. I usually just let them go the whole cook. Lou says, "What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in." Unfortunately, we're about to end the stream, Lou. We've been going for 40 minutes so far. Maria Llewellyn, can we still win prizes in next month's giveaway if we live in New Zealand? I'll have to see what I can do. I'll see if we can extend it to New Zealand. Definitely for the second and third prizes, but I'll have to get in touch with the Oklahoma Joe's distributor in New Zealand to see if we can extend it over there as well. So we'll see. Ted's Shed. Hey, mate, I chatted to you at Mestock this year at the Oklahoma Joe's tent about the Bronco Pro. Ended up buying one last weekend. Today's the first cook. Thanks for the great simplistic videos. That's awesome. Thanks for tuning in, mate. And good to hear you got the Bronco Pro. Let us know if you've got me on Insta or whatever. Let us know how you go with your first cook. But I'm anticipating it's going to be an easy, good first cook. Harley Kimber, have you considered longer style videos showing how you get the meat, what you're looking for, etc.? Definitely. I'd always love to do longer videos, but some videos you just simply can't drag out, and I hate dragging out videos just for the sake of making them longer. A lot of my cooks, I don't think they need to be dragged out longer than they need to be. I think they're pretty informative, but Yeah, I definitely want to try and stretch them out. And it's funny you mentioned about showing where I get the meat. I've just started shooting some videos where I'm going in and selecting the meat. And I'm thinking maybe I can add some more sides and stuff in there to get a bit longer out of the videos because, yeah, like I said, I do want to make them longer. YouTube loves it when they're a bit longer as well. And I think a lot of people these days, they use YouTube like they use Netflix and they want to sort of sit down for 15, 20, 30, 60 minutes to sort of binge on it. So if my videos are only 3 to 5 minutes, they're going to get seen pretty quickly and then people will move on. But if I can make them sort of 10, 20, 30 minutes every now and then, um, yeah, I think it's a good idea, especially the way people are using YouTube these days. So yeah, stay tuned, Harley. I'm definitely looking to do some different stuff from time to time in my videos. Lou, you think I could reverse sear in my offset smoker Oklahoma Joe's? Yeah, definitely. There's a few different ways you can do it. Obviously, just smoke it in the cooking chamber. You can either put some charcoal in the cooking chamber on the grates below to sear it off, or you can sear it caveman style in the firebox. You can either even just finish it off in a pan with the final sear after you've smoked it. There's a heap of different ways you can reverse sear in the old offsets. Harley Kimber, anything you really want to try too, like shooting something? I know Australia has a brilliant scene. Would be great to watch a longer, more engaging series. Again, it's funny you mentioned that. My mate Sav, he's got a podcast and he does a lot of shooting and stuff. He even suggested the other week, let's go out and shoot some deer. And he ended up going out himself and he's got so much like backstrap and stuff he wants to bring out. And he filmed a bit on it too and wants me to go out with him next time. So hopefully we can make a video like that happen, Harley. Jay Beaumont, absolute legend. Congrats on your YouTube play button. I can see it there in the background. I know it's old, but it's a huge deal and congrats. Thanks heaps, mate. For anyone who doesn't know Jay, one of the OGs for Australian barbecue, the founder of Meat Stock, which is the best meat barbecue festival in Australia. I try to go to them every single year. Jay, I hope you can bring it to Adelaide because sometimes it can get hard traveling interstate, and I'd love to go to a meat stock in my hometown. But yeah, if anyone's not following Meat Stock or Jay Beaumont or the podcast that Cy and himself are on, which is the Underseasoned podcast, got me questioning myself now after all the back and forth you guys had with the other blokes. Underseasoned. I need to get this right. The Underseasoned Barbecue Show. Check them out on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Got a really good barbecue related podcast. If you haven't heard of that or Meat Stock, go get onto it. Harley Kimber, it's not a dig, just completely agree with what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. No, like I said, I want to change the way I'm doing videos. And yeah, not stretch them out a bit longer, just make them longer, just include more stuff in there. Going to the butcher or the supermarket to select meat and show you guys that, do a few more sides, and yeah, try and get them to that 10, 15, 20-minute mark. Lou, alrighty, I'll try with the charcoal in the smoking chamber and put the steak on top. You can do something like Backyard Boy style. Yeah, there's heaps of different ways with the reverse sear, but honestly, I like a really good crust on my steak. So most of the time when I'm reverse searing, I'll just smoke it and then I'll finish it off in my cast iron or stainless steel pan. Ali Kimber, agree, Lou. We'll up for start to finish series. That would be great. Fishing and then smoking or hunting, grilling, foraging, the whole thing makes you so much more engaged in the cook. Yeah, you guys are definitely right. So yeah, stay tuned. It's not going to be every video because it's hard to get out fishing and hunting. That's going to take a whole day to do, and then it's going to be another whole day to cook, and then another day to edit, sort of thing. So it'll probably just be a once every now and then video that's a bit longer and like that. All right, I think we're going to end the stream there. I've got some things to do. That's been 45 minutes. And my voice is starting to go from this bloody chest infection and whatever else is going on. Feels like I've got this 100-day cough for forever. But one last comment, Bob B, I have a Weber and seen a lid seal is. I have a Weber and seen a lid seal. Is this worth the trouble? I haven't had any trouble with my Weber sealing up properly, so yeah, maybe it's been dented or something, Bob. But I haven't had any trouble with any of my Webers. But anyways, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thanks heaps for tuning in. Stay tuned for the giveaway at the start of July. And yeah, we'll do another live stream in another month or so. Always enjoy doing them. Enjoy talking to you guys and answering your questions live. Hopefully we'll get outdoors for the next one. It's raining outside, so I did plan to do it out there, but unfortunately we're in the kitchen. But yeah, thanks again, guys, and have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.